My bitch fire, she the best.
You ain't never whip when that song come on, you whipping.
Right. Man, shout out to YS Duke, man. That's whoa. You know what I mean? That's whoa by YS Duke. He from Augusta?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's what's up, man. Augusta got some shit going on right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? The city's bubbling a little bit on the low.
It's on the high now.
Yeah, it's really, it's time though.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
The city really ain't had a real opportunity or matter of fact, when we was giving it, motherfuckers was really claiming something else. I ain't gonna take no shots at nobody, but you know. But that's neither here nor there. But welcome back to the Be Safe podcast. I'm your host, B Cooks, and I'm joined by a gentleman who I have crossed with personally for on multiple occasions. You know what I mean? Prior to sitting down today, he has been affiliated with some conglomerates that are making real waves in the city, putting in a lot of work, and he has since taken it upon himself to, I guess, add a branch to his own repertoire, you know, for lack of better words. So I'm joined today by my partner Jeff. You know, Jeff with a G. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't know, you know now. You know what I'm saying? So I wanna make sure I drop some bombs for you, man. Give you applause, man. I appreciate you being here on the platform today.
For sure. DJ GCode checking in.
Oh yeah, for sure. And anytime I sit down with anybody, man, like, despite the fact that we've crossed paths, rubbed elbows, whatever the case may be, I always look at it as an opportunity to get to know one another. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because
for sure,
everybody's bigger than whatever they're selling, whatever they're presenting, whatever service they're offering, things of that nature, right? And I think the city needs an opportunity to get to know each and every single person. You know what I'm saying? Beyond, like I said, what they're selling. So, you know, I applaud you for being here. So thank you. You know what I'm saying? We could have spent our time anywhere, but you decided to be here, so I appreciate you for that. So, I understand you're born and raised Augusta, or?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, shout out to the city.
Born right here in Augusta, below in the crib.
Yeah.
Mama Dukes couldn't even get to the hospital on time. You know, they ended up taking me there. I was a St. Joseph baby, but it was literally like on some getting up in the middle of the night, going to the restroom, and she thought, I guess she had used the bathroom, but that was me getting ready to come through. So,
man, that's a blessing. I'm glad to see you here.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Dade Street.
Oh, for sure. So, with being born and raised Augusta, where'd you end up going to, growing up at, going to school at?
Montesano, baby, right there, right there off Riceboro. I grew up on the other end of Riceboro. It's scratch out just like Washington do, if you ask me. But you know that end right there with Gilbert Manor at, on that side. For sure. But right there with Macedonia, what's that right? Mm-hmm. With the railroad track.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly where you're talking about.
It's like three streets over there. I stayed in the one in the middle from 1st to 5th grade. That was my whole upbringing right there. Used to walk to Jazzy for a shape up.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Jazzy Studios.
Man, shout out to... That's classic. Oh, classic. I'm talking about one of the first radio commercials we know as kids type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, with growing up on that side of town, where'd you end up? You said you went to Montesano, as far as elementary school is concerned?
Yeah, every grade level, we moved to different sides of the city, I guess you can say. Middle school, I went to Glen Hill Middle. I was over there in Belmead. But, you know, you got Glen Hill Circle, Terrace Manor, all that. Circumference in it. What else? It was so many neighborhoods. Went to Glen Hill.
Man, look, Glen Hill's probably had one of the biggest school districts in the city. For real.
The one that was branched in between it. That was a lot of kids there, but that was a fun experience. Middle school was definitely. You ain't like it as I guess for the curriculum of school, but the social at least the social,
Right,
the
right.
social part of it.
Where'd you end up going to middle school, high school at?
Went to high school at West Side. We moved to Washington like 02, 03.
Okay. So that was right at 9th grade, something like that?
Yeah, our summer.
Because we was like 07, 08? Well,
that was like 02, 03. End of summer, probably like leaving 8th, going to 9th, like you said.
okay. That's what's up. So you ended up graduating high school at West Side, right?
Yup.
Okay. I mean, shit.
College thing for a minute. Did like 3 different colleges. I went first.
I done had a lot of West Side people in the building.
Oh yeah.
To be, you know, and what's crazy, like you would think when you think Augusta, a lot of people don't rep West Side like that.
Yeah, we for some reason we always been counted out, but we always had our little culture on the low. That's why I guess we ain't never really tried to prove a point about it type thing. Like it is what it is. We still show love to everybody else in the city.
For sure.
It ain't no.
I mean, and I'm gonna be the one to say it. A lot of people from West Side is really showing a lot of people from every other side.
Yeah.
A lot of love. If you're really thinking about what's going on in the city right now, who's really putting out content, you know, things like that. And we'll get to that a little later, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all flowers. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Shout out to all the creatives that have come out of West Side, cause like you said, everybody ain't getting they just due.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I know you've had. I mean, growing up in Augusta, cause I don't want to move through it too fast, right? Growing up in Augusta, a lot of people, I think the city has somewhat of a misconception, right? Like we everybody out here is country or what have you. I mean, everybody wasn't given a silver spoon out here. You know, everything ain't horseback. You know what I'm saying? Like
we're
people,
a small town.
For sure. Like I mean, but it's a big city at the same time. For those of you who don't know, Augusta's the second largest city in the state of Georgia. If you ain't did your research, you might want to do it now.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Sensational.
We Augusta's
country a dirt road.
Yeah, like we don't ride our dirt bikes on the highway. We ride them in the dirt.
Country a wood gas station. When you come in there, you get stared at because you really ain't supposed to be right there.
They might be selling bait in that motherfucker. Little do you know. You know what I'm saying?
Confederate flag,
but
and all that.
So I know you ended up graduating from West Side. So what was your upbringing like, just growing up in the city?
Like I said, I started out over there on Dade Street. I come from a 2-parent home, thank God. Shoot,
everybody don't get that opportunity for sure.
That's a big blessing. With the January, my folks finna be together 41 years, dog. It's a big blessing. But you know, at the same time,
no matter what happens, these people
everybody got
that
the outlook on it, but they think you like silver spoon or just real sport or whatnot. When it wasn't like that, but it wasn't bad either. Don't get me wrong. I ain't about to sit up here and talk bad about my folks, cause they bust their ass just to make sure I had something every semester. I might didn't get all the J's and all the AMATs and stuff. I got all that like towards when I was able to work for it myself, like, which was really after high school, like my senior year. But you know what I'm saying? We went through the same normal shit everybody down in Augusta went through. If you ain't never had to take a Tweety Bird bath, which is just a towel and some water, you know what I'm saying? Or like the house with the stove at some point. Sugar sandwich, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, I definitely done left the
the
oven dough down for sure.
Yeah, everybody done had a struggle of some sort, but like I say, I'm real blessed to have, you know, the 2-parent, because I came up with so many that didn't have none. Probably just single parents or ain't had none at all. So it just give you a different outlook on life and shit like that. But what you say?
I mean, just more so the upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we all go through our struggles and things like that. So everything's not always peaches and cream. Yeah. You know, we understand that.
I came up in the church. I was a church baby for sure.
Did you play an instrument or something like that?
Man, my pops and my brother they played the drums.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the youth choir. I did my thing in the youth choir for a minute. But that's when I started dabbing in basketball. Early.
Cause you slick tall now,
early
like,
middle
look.
school. But I ain't get into basketball till like high school, and I really ain't get good with that till down in my senior year, and really after, to the point where it wasn't too late, but you had.
I mean, we know how it go. Like
you had them responsibilities pick up in life.
Yeah, like everybody
Things
can't
of that
really
nature.
live and die off hoop dreams and whatever the case may be. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? How'd you end up? I met you personally through like your Financial Athletes of America affiliation. You know what I'm saying? Rubbing elbows that way. How'd you end up meeting all of them?
That's like family right there. Let's see. When I came home from school, my last college route. Like I said, I went to 3 schools. I went to Augusta Tech, East Georgia and Statesboro. Aiken Tech was my first one.
Mm-hmm.
It was Aiken Tech, Augusta Tech, then East Georgia and Statesboro. So boom, I drop out from East Georgia, and I come home. I think I come back and work. I'm working at Walmart or something like that, maybe.
You drop. I mean, look, like I said, life happens to everybody.
Well,
you know what I mean. So like after high school, we're going to like. Would you end up? I guess looking to study.
The school some money type thing on the tuition. So I guess I panicked. I don't even know, to be honest. It was so long ago, but it was like in 2012, 2011. I come home and I'm chilling with the guys at the spot, and whatnot, and they got videos going on, or just working on the computer. Just everybody just showing things about their craft within the company.
Is this at the original spot, like at the spot off of right on the hill?
Yup.
Okay, yeah. And for those of you who don't know, like, financial athletes, like I've had an opportunity to see the conglomerate grow, from the seed, in a sense, and you went to high school with all of them,
so it was like when I came home, like I said, I was already used to them in a natural sense, because in school, FAA was kind of like they was already their own. They already had their own. It wasn't no FAA back in, but they was everybody from that same company hangs together.
Mm-hmm.
They was hanging together in high school for the most part. Everybody that's involved with, that's what I'm saying. So
right. Everybody was
athletes.
Right, for sure.
And most of them boys grew up together for the most part, the core part of FAA. So that's why I say that. So it was kind of like they had already had their own type of image, not even image, just their own type of culture, because they used to they had their own lunch table, not even on no.
It was just the homies that hang together. You know what I'm saying?
That was
like
their personal thing. So, like I say, when I came home, we just clicked somehow, and like I say, it was almost like a feeling like I grew up with them, basically, cause LaFont, me and him shared the same high school. I mean, we shared the same locker in high school our senior year. Lenny, me and him we was tight before that. Ben, all them boys, Bobby, AWOL. I met Hardy. Like I want to say like 07, like around my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
He was working at the Y, but when him and Seth had their thing going on with the music, I was
Seth from gosh, I hate that.
Forte.
Yeah.
Shout out to the boy.
Shout out to Seth, man.
Shout out to that Rifle Road.
Shout out to Seth. I mean, shout out to everybody from Richmond and all of that too. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it was a thin line between West Side Richmond. You know what I'm saying, during that time. So yeah, like shout out to Seth, man. He's really doing this thing as far as putting the athletes on.
All that good though. Now, man, everybody. That's just that part of growing up. Everybody butt heads at some point.
I mean, hey, man, look.
It's all about how
I think there was a time where the city had an extreme misconception on what things should be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We spent a lot of time in a big, small city being against each other for whatever reason, whether it be you from wherever you from, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be Barton Chapel, fucking 23rd, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? So we done all been there, you know, and we're getting affiliated with those guys. Like, what was your affiliation was based off of just, you know, getting to know them in school and shit like that?
Yeah, like I say, I started out just helping out where I could type thing, because I ain't really had no particular craft in the music. So eventually I picked up the hype man thing, and I had fun with it.
So when did
that happened naturally. I was a little bit down
because I do remember being at like early concerts.
Yeah,
you know.
By then though, that was like maybe 3 to 4 years with them like being tied in with them, like just doing other stuff, which was like helping at video shoots, you know, helping with the gear that we were selling, with merchandise and stuff like that, inventory, et cetera, just a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But I was also working at producing, but that started in 2014. That's when I took that route, which I was real close to doing something with, but I wasn't comfortable enough to the point where I was able to push it. So that's when I picked up DJing in 2019.
Damn, I didn't realize it started in 2019.
But it didn't start. That's when I picked up the idea. Me and Hardy was in studio one night. We was in studio. We was in there with Third Eye. Well, she was with us. She had the camera rolling and everything. It was just a big night in there. I forgot who was spinning. I want to say Quay. I want to say fuck Quay was spinning.
Shout out to Quay, Quay 47. You know, to all the DJs in the city. Shout out to Studio. You know, Studio is local for those of you who don't know. You know, show them they love. So it was a big night in there.
So me and Hardy just chilling, like not too far from the DJ booth, and he was like, bro, you DJ, bro. And it was like, you know how That's So Raven when she do that thing in her head when it zooms.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You get the envisioning, like, okay, you know what, I can do this shit.
It was like me and him had it together right then and there at the same time, and I just been focused on like doing that ever since. And I popped it off in April
of 2020.
No, I popped it off in August of this year. Yeah.
Oh wow, wow. Okay. Before now, because that brings us real current. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
We can go back.
I want to give you your just due. So,
like you said,
because FAA had been going on for shit. It's damn near what about 8 years in?
Like 2011. I want to say
decade. Shit, 10 years. Shout out to FAA on 10 years in, man, for sure. You know, shout out to Ben Price, Lenny.
700.
You know what I'm saying? I sat down with Melvin's sister the other day.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to, I didn't realize the circle was so small to be real.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to House of Styles.
Yeah, shout out to House of Styles Boutique. Now I know Melvin has started DJing as far as like maybe being like the show DJ.
Yeah, Lenny was messing with it for a minute.
Yeah, like so at what point was you like, or what happened to the point where somebody like Hardy, shout out to Hardy, was like, hey man, like you need to DJ, cause that don't come just on the humbug. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas don't say, hey bro, you need to DJ. So like, what were you providing to them that made him be like, okay bro, I need to, you need to DJ, bro?
Like I said, I think it probably have something to do with me when I was doing the hype man thing. Like, if you know, you know. If not, it's all good. But like, I provided a lot of energy when I was doing that, and that was just naturally through the songs they was making, things of that nature and whatnot. So, but they also know how much I listen to other artists, and I'm just a big music head. Like I said, I grew up in the church, so I listen to all different types of music, et cetera, and like I say, it just clicked. And shoot, to be honest, bro, like when I was in high school, I used to laugh at the DJ because the culture, I guess I ain't understand it.
I mean,
And,
but
as you get older and you really, understand the art of music.
Because I'm gonna go ahead and give you your flowers, right? Because for a group like FAA, as far as a conglomerate's concerned, they all have a ear that isn't necessarily what would be deemed popular. So for you to step in, not necessarily from the beginning as far as their own friendships, as far as the know what I'm saying, the foundation is concerned, but to step in and be so new and providing them something that fits the mold. Cause like I said, their ears different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Their ears different, and I don't say that to say that they're not dope, because I've been in the loop and outside of it, to know enough to where these niggas ain't just walking around listening to top 40 hits. You know what I'm saying? So for you to step in and be like, and they respect you enough to be like, yo, man, my man's got an ear that fits something that all of us may deem as off the beaten path, or it's not your traditional trap music. Because our era was when I say our era, I'm talking about like we getting our driver's license, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. We talking Jeezy, you know what I'm saying, Trap or Die. You know what I'm saying?
End of the crunk era.
Yeah, all of that kind of shit. Even the Travis Porter, you know what I'm saying? But none of them produce any music that I consider would stand next to that because it's so different. And I said it in a good way. I'm not saying to take any shots at them at all. I'm not here to sit here and like Joe Budden these niggas like he finna do. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's trash.
The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
You know what I mean? But them dudes they have a different ear. So I say all that to say you brought something different to the table that fit the mold for them. You know what I mean? And so I want to give you your applause on that for sure.
These people just keep
Because each and every one of the people affiliated with FAA, and I want to make sure I give them their flowers also, provide something different from the norm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're providing a different level of quality or expectation or listening experience than what we would expect from Augusta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
a lot of people be like, man, they from here when they hear them, or like they must be from Cali or they must be from Texas.
I mean, but I think that comes with each and every one of y'all having an ear that's outside of the norm. You know what I mean? Each and every one of y'all listen to shit that's way bigger than
everybody different within the group. So it's just when everybody come together, it's like a big.
For sure, because y'all bring something to the table, like,
and that's with everything.
When I watch y'all, as far as what's being presented, and usually a lot of it's visual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for many years, it's always been at a scale that a lot of people in the city wasn't presenting. So at what point, now I know you said Hardy was like, yo, you need a DJ. So I know you've been affiliated with them somewhat since high school and leading up to the DJing, like with being next to them, what were you bringing? Like, what was you doing? Like, I know you cool with them. We may bullshit this, that, and the third, but like, was you playing music they ain't heard before, or
just like I was always with them? Like I said, that spot, and there was a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Like I say, a lot of miscellaneous shit, like helping with LaFont, taking him to shoots out of town, stuff like that. There's so many artists I done came across down there in Thompson. Shout out to Thompson. They got a little music scene down there, pumping.
Yeah, big shout out to Thompson.
Things of that nature. Everybody's something different. I always find my way to kind of help them out and just. We was doing, West Fest. Live from the West Side, party.
Westfest was. What the fuck happened? Like, is it a life thing or is it a?
You know, Sky City.
I know they changed
Ownership.
Yeah, for sure. Cause like that, y'all were part of the transition, like one of the last events before like the true transition of ownership. So is that what stopped y'all from putting on events since?
I'm gonna say it stopped, but it just, I guess it kind of put a wrench in the road as far as the location. Because it wasn't too many other locations that would suffice like Scott City.
Yeah, that fit the mold for y'all.
Yeah.
And what you're trying to present.
Boys truly be working on a lot of other stuff at the same time, so it'd be kind of hard to
I mean,
fit.
all of y'all are working. All of y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but see, the good thing is y'all are continuing to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I continue to celebrate, like, because like I said in the beginning, like, I want to give y'all flowers while you here. Because niggas can't feel that shit when they gone.
No doubt.
Like, real shit. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Like, can't nobody feel that shit in the ground.
Love, bro. For real.
You know what I mean? And I give each and every one of them brothers they love, because they know, whether they know or not, I'm here to say that I will forever support each and every one of y'all. You know what I mean? So, with leading up to you taking on the DJ experience, right? 2020's been a hard year. It's been a hard year on every single person I know. I don't care how much money you make, you know, how many siblings lack thereof, whatever the case may be.
In year 2000, they was like, it's finna be crazy. Y2K, remember Y2K?
Yeah, man. Motherfuckers was buying water. You know, we was kids. So we ain't know what the fuck was going on. Like, why niggas is buying water, toilet paper, all this other dumb shit. And here we are.
This what we thought, this what they thought 2000 was gonna feel like.
Right. At what point in this 2020 was you like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try to perfect a craft, or maybe even find more of a purpose for being in the room? Because like, even with me having a podcast, I was just telling somebody not too long ago that like, I know so many people that are creative, whether it be making songs, DJing, producing, engineering, you know, cinematography, whatever. And I'm cool with these people, but how do I find my place in the room besides being cool with them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That allows me to still be passionate.
Yeah.
So at what point in 2020 was you like, okay, I'm going to take, in your case, DJing and be serious about it?
Like I say, I was always helping them out with different things. Like, I was a good ear for their music. Like, Ben always let me hear stuff he got coming, or Hardy. He always sending me stuff, things of that nature. They just trust me on my knowledge in the culture as far as music and entertainment, et cetera, But like I say, I was aiming at it since 2019, but boom, April come, I got laid off.
And this is April 2019 or April 2020?
This year.
Okay.
I got laid off for 2 months from where I was working. I was detailing cars. They laid us off for the COVID jank for like 2 months. And unemployment didn't kick in right away. But I wasn't hurting or nothing. I was just, that's just what was going on at the time. So I had time to like kind of start focusing on it, but I ain't had no equipment. I had the set, and I had the set. Then boom, a couple of weeks go by. Then like the unemployment and Trump check come through. Yeah, I get all that shit. The speakers, laptop.
So you took advantage. You know what I'm saying?
I took everything that come with the speakers. Man, all the accessories like cords, extra stuff. Paid Lenny off for the set because that was originally his.
Okay.
Shout out to bro. He really
sure.
He really was there behind me the whole way as far as like making sure I was good enough to step out there on my own and get the rolling. But I was comfortable with it from the jump. Like once I decided, like I said, in 2019, I knew I was gonna come to that point. I just have so much going on in life as general.
Sometimes we gotta figure it out.
Yeah,
you know, organize it a little bit.
And I knew it was coming. I just be anxious for stuff that I know already come in my life. I got stuff that ain't came yet, but I'm so anxious for it that so I get all the equipment and software, pay for the software and stuff like that on the computer. So I'm at the studio for like a month straight, and it's just I ain't doing nothing but that and working out, cause I work out on a regular. I try to at least. With November and December, it seemed like every time that part of the year come around, I lack off on it, but it's all good. I ain't veered off too hard, but yeah. So I'm in the studio every day, like just working on spinning, mixing, downloading different types of music that I fuck with, so I can be ready for the events and stuff like that. And then August, I ended up doing my first event, which was a bachelor party.
Okay.
Yup. And that shit was stupid.
That shit was lit?
Yup. It went stupid.
Hey, you know, as a DJ, you get to see everything.
It was that shit was fun, but it was funny at the same time, because that was my first event, right? So that was my first time.
Like 4-hour session type shit?
Yeah, about 4 to 6. Somewhere in that range. But look, I had to use this. That was my first time using the speakers that I had bought. But I ain't put one of the chords in there right for it to come, for the output to be clear throughout the party and whatnot. So if the bass got too hard, or somebody come by and bump the speaker, the chord will fall out and you might not have a sound for a minute. So Hardy, he was the one that I had asked him, I think, to help me or something like that before I started or something. And we ended up basically like bootlegging it throughout the whole party. You
gotta make it do what it do, dog.
But I ain't know at the time that the chord that I really supposed to use, I had it, but it was in my box. And that was on my end right there.
That's a learning experience. It's part of, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's your first event.
Yeah.
So I don't expect nobody to come out here and just be flawless.
Yeah, I just had my chord mixed up at the time being, and I really ain't noticed until I really noticed, which was the next day. But it was funny because throughout the event, like I say, I had to make sure that sometimes like Hardy might come over there. He drinking throughout the party. I already know how this nigga be, bro. Yeah, it was it was one of his partners on Bachelor Jake.
Okay, so but you had some support in the building. That could,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So he was coming through, and I was like, "Watch out, bro!" Blah blah blah. And it went out a few times, but I was always on point with it, to the point where they ain't get like too discouraged and whatnot. For the most part, I say that night went probably about like I give it a B-.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it be hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes it be hard. In hindsight, you know, in hindsight, you might be like,
that shit stinks.
You know, oh man, like that shit was ass. You know what I'm saying? Because you just learned so much along the way.
Had to pay man in that thing real quick.
You know what I mean? It's like, bro, look, hey, you looked hot for me on that one, bro. Thank you, bro. Cause you know I couldn't hear what you was hearing. You know what I mean? Like. So yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. And really, it seems like you've kind of hit the ground running as far as the DJ situation is concerned. Because even with you jumping off the porch and doing it, and I might not necessarily be, I'm on the outside looking in with certain shit. So I was able to see when it started.
Yeah.
And you seem to have caught some traction. Like I've seen consistency. You know, it's not like a
through the grace of God, man, cause it's hard right now. Like
like you're catching a lot of blessings, man. Like, and again, I always say I want to give you flowers while you're here, cause again, you can't feel that shit when you're gone, cause you just hopped off the porch, just like you said, August. We talking 4 months since August, and the 4th month ain't even over with.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're really wrapping up the 4th full month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or starting the 5th.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I want to applaud you for that, bro, because
appreciate it, man.
I've seen you at events that and this is just like I said, I'm from the outside looking in. I've seen you at some events. Some of us that look like us may not feel like they could have been at.
Yeah.
And let's be 1,000. You know, am I lying?
Oh yeah. Hey, I fuck with the city though. I'm a real Augusta nigga.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to applaud you for that, for being able to put yourself in multiple different rooms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, doing events like EDS, you know, on their establishment. I'm not even talking about the game. On their property.
Oh yeah, shout out to them folks, man.
You know what I mean? Like, big shout out to EDS. My pops coached there for a little while. You know what I mean? Augusta United, is that soccer?
Football.
Shit.
Pop
Warner. It's Pop Warner.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, so the Pop Warner scene to me is very new. You know, we kind of old now. You know, we young young, whatever they want to call it. But yeah, like for Pop Warner football, that's dope too. You know what I mean? That gets you in front of a lot of
different variety of music.
Right, and different varieties of people that may require your services.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because the people on the field, and when we talking about Pop Warner, ain't the people that will line your pocket.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's their parents, it's their supporters, it's their team moms, it's their, you know, they coaches, etc., etc. Have you been able to maneuver in that aspect as far as like just building the brand, networking? Somewhat,
yeah. Cause one of the coaches, they got me my first wedding gig. That was in October, right at the end of October. Halloween, matter of fact, on my queen birthday.
Shout out to the queen.
Shout out to Tiffany.
For sure. So look, give her flowers too.
Yeah, got to. I gotta get her some more too.
Flowers?
Yeah, I stay getting her some.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Show her love, man. Show her love. You love her, show her that.
She gonna be like, But yeah, that Pop Warner, man, that's real fun. I'm coming back next year too. Like the old folks say, Lord willing that I'm here. I plan on being there next season for that. I love kids in general, so just like being in that atmosphere and just being able to play something for the parents and the kids and the players. Cause man, Hardy got a song for them folks. You know, his son play.
Damn, he got a son too. Do you have any kids?
Nah, not yet.
Hey man, look, don't rush.
Yes.
Don't rush. But shout out to all the kids. Shout out to all the kids. You know, I love them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you say he got a son, right?
Yup. Can't even remember what age group bro play, but he got a song for all of the age groups. Like it go from like 6 to 12. And they love it, man. Like it's on YouTube now. But I had parents coming up to me like asking like, is it on Apple Music and whatnot? Because their sons was trying to request it like to Alexa and whatnot. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Crib, yeah.
I mean, that's what's up.
Yup. So shout out to Hardy too, man. He the one that plugged me in with that job right there. Shoot, I actually, you know, like I said, I got laid off for 2 months, but I went back to that same job detailing, and then I kind of lost it doing that right there, Pop Warner. But
I mean, but when the opportunities are outweighing the primary, what was the primary source of income?
Yeah, after you done been there, done that with jobs so much, man, it's like.
I mean, you try to look for opportunity to not have to work for somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, and it comes to a time where we're like, you know what?
You know when it is.
I don't want to go back to this.
Yeah.
I have an opportunity to build something else that I'm passionate about. You know what I mean? And you don't want to limit yourself or miss out on an opportunity by going back to something you're not necessarily the happiest with.
Yeah.
If it was something that was making you the happiest, by all means. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wish there was more opportunity. Because, you know, we come from the generation to where it's like go to school, go to college, get a job. I applaud the young people that we have today for jumping off the porch and just doing shit that they fuck with.
Yeah.
You know, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? And I wish that we had the opportunity for more of that, and it be considered something realistic, or it be considered something that like you can truly like make a living off of. But that's comes from maybe it be lack of understanding or opportunity or just realizing that you can truly do whatever you want in this world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that a lot of us have had the opportunity to take advantage of that. I think that's what 2020 was an opportunity for.
Hell yeah. Testing. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a year to take advantage of it. Cause like I say, I had those 2 month span to get me like get everything going, and then once I had my first gig, it was like I say I've probably been averaging like about 2 gigs a month. So I always I've just been working like in a lot of different aspects of like just better myself as a DJ, period, because I'm considering myself as a universal DJ. I did, like I say, my first wedding, birthday parties,
and you've done memorable events,
graduation parties.
Because to me, like the 3 things you just named are all memory opportunities. Like all of those are things we're gonna remember forever.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? Weddings, graduations, you know, birthdays. Those are things we're gonna remember. So DJs really have a chance to like kind of stamp themselves on opportunities like that.
Yup.
You know, and that's really dope. Now I'll be honest with you. I have a real problem sometimes. Well, I don't know if I could call it a problem. I have a somewhat of a frustration, right? Because I personally feel like a lot of local DJs don't break music.
Yeah. Oh, see, and that's why I'm trying so hard to. I would say, well, I've been trying to get in these spots. I did studio a couple Tuesday nights, but you know that was before they even started doing the R&B Tuesday. I don't know how that crowd been looking there, but when I was doing
it's decent. It's decent on Tuesdays. Like you can, if you up to me, if you're up on today's R&B, because it's a whole lot of dope R&B right now, in my personal opinion. If you're up on it, hey man, you can continue to make it shake. You know what I mean?
Well, perfect example you say about breaking local. Coming up studio next month, I have some artwork out for it later this week. But January 9th, I'm doing the Versus event.
Okay. Who we talking about?
With artists from Augusta.
Oh, really? Yeah. Really? So, give me some details on that. What you can share.
Oh yeah. This first one is just 2 artists right now. Lingo Pacino.
I'm not familiar, but I'm willing to get familiar.
Yeah, he got a good following. He a young individual right now. He been doing this thing for a minute though. He got some heat. He dropped a project this year. Matter of fact, forgot the name of it, but Kobe the Shooter is who he going against.
Okay.
Kobe the Shooter.
How many songs we talking?
That's something still in the air right now.
And just to make sure I'm understanding, because I always try to give artists they just do. Kobe the Shooter was the one that did perform at Culture Fest, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. I want to make sure I give people their flowers while they're here, because I was there for that performance.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be going against what was the other artist you named?
Lingo Pacino. He got a project called Locked In, a little EP on Apple Music.
Now, with it being called a versus, is it a versus or is it more like a presentation?
It's a versus, cause like I said, I ain't came up with how many songs. I think it's all gonna depend on the artist each time and their catalog of how many songs. Cause the artists that I'm thinking about doing on the next one, they might have a little deeper catalog, which means I can go with more songs.
So is it and I guess I'm only asking questions based off the little I do know about the bigger verses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it a situation where we're dealing with 2 artists that may be of the same ilk, for lack of better words, and
these 2 happen to be the same genre? in the same type of they too. I guess you can. They ain't even trap rappers because they got different styles of music in the trap. It's just I guess you can put them on the gangster and things.
Okay,
of that nature,
okay.
They versatile artists.
Okay,
They ain't just.
okay.
I think people gonna like them. Like I said, they got a good following, and for those who don't know them, I think they'll catch on eventually too. But
Are they both gonna be in the building?
Yup.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay, so now that my mind's churning a little bit, are they gonna add a little bit of showmanship for the tracks?
What you mean, like
cause you know when we watch the verses on the big verses, like the verses,
yeah,
you know they're in the same room, they give a little bit of maybe somewhat backstory, or they might be a little funny, or they may drop, you know what I'm saying, they little subliminals, whatever it may be.
Well, they actually happen to know each other. Like this was all kind of. When I put them together, I wasn't even thinking about all that. I kind of knew that they probably did know each other, but I was just thinking about in terms of music, who could I get to kind of match that
I mean, but
intensity
I think it's gonna
of each artist.
Got you.
At the same time, I think they understand that it's a versus, but it's not like
we're not here to down
each other.
The next artist.
One of them even said, a friendly competition, and that's what I've been telling others.
Okay, that's fair.
We're just saying versus because that's the name that people know most popular
That's
by.
what's gonna understand what we're getting into.
I really gonna try to give it a little different name and say Garden City versus to kind of make it sound more comfortable, so people can kind of steer away from the.
You can I don't know. It gives the city a name for it. You know what I mean?
Each time it's showing y'all what I got as a DJ and what the city got to offer with the music.
Awesome, man. Well, look, I look forward to it, and make sure we get the date for it again.
January 9th. That's a Saturday, from 7 to 10 p.m. at Studio. That's Studio.
January 9th.
Yup.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Is that a weekday? I haven't looked at my calendar.
Saturday.
Okay. Well, make sure y'all in the building January 9th, man, for the I would say this is the first, correct?
Yup.
The first verses at Studio. So let's drop some bombs for that. And let's drop some bombs on DJ GCode for putting this,
Studio.
Bringing this into fruition, you know what I'm saying? Bringing the city another opportunity to put people on the platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I also want to do is make sure that each and every person that tunes in knows where to find you at, knows how to book your services and things of that nature. So let the people know where they can find you.
I'm on Instagram at DJ GCode. It's DJ. You got the underscore, then just GCode.
Man, on all platforms. Make sure you look up DJ GCode.
That's on Instagram.
On IG. You know what I'm saying?
I just had to make some new accounts.
Hey man, look. We gotta make sure we do that though. You know what I'm saying? So you can make sure you book from all opportunities.
Some of them I couldn't change the names and stuff like that the way I wanted to. So I
right. Something be taken already or some shit. But look, even
Twitter the same way. DJ underscore GCode. And Facebook is DJ G. No, it's GCode Jones on Facebook.
GCode Jones on Facebook.
Yeah.
DJ GCode on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Book his services. Again, he's providing opportunities for everybody, every age bracket. You know what I mean? He's here to break records. You know what I'm saying?
My first mixtape this year too with Westside Hardy.
Okay, mixtape. Does it have a name?
Ride Music.
It's
man. On all social screens.
When is it coming?
It's already out.
Shit!
That thing that went crazy on Spotify.
What the fuck, man? Where have I been? What's the name of the project again?
Ride Music.
Ride Music, man. Make sure we look out for that. With DJ GCode and Hardy, correct?
Westside Hardy, yeah.
Westside Hardy, man. Westside me line like nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And on top of that, I do got to make sure I give you your applause again for just taking your time out to join me today.
Oh, yeah.
You know, giving the people an opportunity to get to know you a little more, put a name behind the product. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I said, thank you for the time.
Appreciate you.
You know what I mean? We're here to give people their flowers while they here because niggas could not feel that shit when they gone. You know what I'm saying? So before we get up out of here, I want to make sure we tell each and every person tuning in that once you leave us, as always, be safe.
Be safe.
And that was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah. That was good. That was good, people.